let's get back on your feet. What do you got for me tonight? Come on.
No, I'm benched for hockey today. I'm looking at I'm looking at these games. Edmonton, I don't even know if they're going to play.
Right?
Even I wouldn't. They're in the playoffs. I don't touch any of these hockey.
And I can give you another baseball total if you want. Dude, if this is another under 7, I just keep it to yourself. It is not. Okay, it's Blue Jays. It's who they play. That's Freed. Two good pitchers. Kenny betting into an over with two good pitchers.
Two good pitchers? This Freed guy has an 8.44 ERA this year.
It's also like 3 starts into the year.
But 3 guys.
Okay. All right. Let me finish. Bet the over. This is bet the over. Leave me alone. they'll just go back to hating me. See, that's the beauty. They don't like me when I'm here, and then they bitch when I'm not here. Costa Rica, it's going up on the marquee. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to get pipped. I never my gig back. It's over.
Right next to Breaking 3.
All right, so listen. I couldn't help myself. You know, the report came out yesterday. Michigan, Dr. Anderson, Bo New, 40-year cover-up in the football program. The details are all there. It's gross. There are no winners here. As many as 800 victims in crickets. It's largely gone uncovered. I don't see Molly Kieram calling for the death penalty of Michigan football. I don't see Stephen A. Smith saying it's worse than Sandusky. Those are things they do when Michigan State is. And it's a gymnastics coach, and they want to tie in the football. But that's not the topic. The topic is, I started thinking back about Penn State and the legend that was Joe Paterno. And Joe Paterno, like Bo Schembechler, knew. And when Penn State found out that Joe knew, you know how long it took them to take down Joe Pa's statue? 10 days. 10 days. The crew showed up on July 22nd of 2012. Pre-dawn, put up the construction signs, body bagged the statue, drove it away. Gone. So as we sit a day later and we wait for the Michigan sycophant media like Myth and like Bob, maybe Angelique has a piece coming out. I don't know. I just haven't seen them. And while we wait for, Danny Murph and Paula and some of the superstars from the MSU parade, I would like to know this question. 10 days is 10 days, but by the time football season arrives and you're back at the big house, that statue can't be there, can it? The building can't be called Schembechler Hall, can it? This is pretty clear, right? This guy, players came to Bo. Bo knew. Bo kept him as the team doctor. It's game over. I don't care if Bo's 6 feet under and a bag of bones in a Ziploc bag. That's not my problem. What you think you knew about Bo and all the good things Bo did doesn't matter. Joe Pa did a lot of good stuff too. Then Joe Pa effed up. So my question is just kind of simple here because no one seems to want to write the article and no one seems to want to talk about it. Shout out to the Blue Wall. This is a grotesque situation. And I don't know how this man's name could adorn your building, and I don't know how the statue could be there. I mean, forget about the fact that your president and AD knew about this in 2018, but allowed Michigan State to get shot to the sun, rightfully so, and delayed their own day.
Yeah, because they didn't want to jump in there and piggyback on Michigan State. They figured, well, let them empty the clip on the Spartans, and we won't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, you could make a case, and I'm not interested in making it, but you could make the case Schlissel and Ward should both be gone. I'm just trying to keep this simple for you guys because I know your tiny brains overload. The Bo statue and the place where Wojo and Jansen's office is, Schembechler Hall, can't be called Schembechler Hall anymore, right? Like, it's simple, isn't it? Penn State got the Freed report back. And 10 days later, Joe Pa statue came down. You know what the report said? Joe knew. So, that's got to happen, right? 248-539-9797, or am I out in space here?
No, you're not out in space. Here's the thing, because people within the football program knew. It came out in a report when people in the program referred to him as Dr. Drop Your Pants. They knew everything. That was what he was called when they threw
Anybody written it? Just waiting. Anybody over at ESPN? You had hosts calling for the death penalty of a football program because of the gymnastics coach. Think about that. Okay? You had people following the coaches around trying to re-adjudicate things that were years prior and were adjudicated through the legal system. I'm just asking a question. Schembechler Hall and the Bo statue got to be gone. Right? Like, guys, this wasn't something going on in the athletic department or some far-reaching corner of campus. Right. It was your football program. Bo ran your football program.
The guy was fired and reassigned to be the team doctor.
Correct.
So you knew coming in. Why was it fired?
Like, it's just kind of what has to happen, and yet I don't see anyone holding Michigan's feet to the fire. Now,
well, here's why. Because you're going to hear, well, he's dead, Bo's dead, it's settled. Thoughts and prayers to the victims. They'll get money, they'll get paid, and let's just go ahead. We're going to move forward with this as one Wolverine.
well, it's also the same reason they keep using the same stock photo of James Anderson from 1960. They want you to believe that it happened in another planet. The guy was here until 2003.
Yeah, correct. They use that old one that looked like he's Richie Cunningham.
Yeah, he looks like he's starring in a Chaplin film. Guys, I'm asking the question. Like, Bo needs to be erased. Period. How about that banner that says the team, the team, the team? Yeah, it's gonna go too. And you can, if you
take the banner,
it's gonna. No. The losers club supports you thing can stay. That's fine. I can't take that away. I'm saying the team thing. Ass up and down. The point I'm making is, if you want to get into the business of grading out molestation scandals, that's on you. This radio host isn't doing it. They're all horrific, and they all require the same thing. Beyond eternal damnation, if that exists, it requires to be burnt to the ground. It didn't matter what he donated. It didn't matter how many lives he changed. It didn't matter how many games he won. Joe knew. Joe got burnt to the ground. Statue gone. It's the same thing here. And while I don't get to dictate what people write or what people say, the last I checked, this isn't North Korea. I do get to ask a question, which is, why aren't they writing or saying these things? The easiest thing in the world, whether you graduated from Iowa State to DeVry to the Penelope College of Welding, is Bono, statue gone, building renamed. ASAP. And yet, nobody is in on that conversation. And that is weird to me.
ESPN, CBS, Yahoo Sports. Checked them all this morning. Nothing. Go to the college football page. Nothing. It's almost like it didn't happen.
And mind you, ESPN used a predator in the gymnastics program to tie D'Antonio Izzo. Mind you, MSU hired an outside counsel to review Mark D'Antonio, and he was found to have done everything correct. Everything. building where John and Bob have an office, is that going to be renamed in 10 days? It's not hard to do. You just stick to what's right. And ultimately, maybe it's a lesson about how these things happen on these college campuses. I am always blown away about how people would rather execute massive cover-ups instead of just handling it at that moment. We have a problem. Someone's been victimized. You gotta go. And instead embark on 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of subverting it and lying and covering it up. Makes no sense. No sense.
Small town, Mike. Small town. People cover up for each other. Plus, there's too much money on the line. I need my players. I need this. I need that. I don't want the scandal.
You know, the other
alums won't like it. We're not going to get money.
Here's the other problem I have. And, again, Izzo and D'Antonio got followed around by ESPN. I think Harbaugh's been asked about this once. He played when this guy was a team doctor. This is his family doctor. Ward Manuel played while this guy was a doctor. I mean, I don't want anyone to get treated the way Izzo and D'Antonio did when ESPN did with them. I don't. But, how is this not front page today? Back page of the paper, Bo New. It's where we are. And then you follow it up with a column that says the statue and the name's gotta go. You wanna wax poetic about what Bo meant to you? I'm fine with that. And then talk about your emotions knowing that he's partisan to this?
Yeah.
That's the column. It's not hard. 248-539-9797. Penn State had it down in 10 days. Clock started. Right? 248-539-9797. David doesn't need to wave. I know. We're over time. Natural Way Lawn and Tree Service. Get green, stay green with Natural Way. Call 888 Get Green. Hey, guess what? You're going to get the pros at your house. Weed-free guarantee. Purchase full home program. Get free garden control, free surface insect control, and a complete season of care. And the best part, custom tailored solutions, fewer chemicals, better practices. Every lawn gets a customized treatment. That's as good as it gets. They've been doing it for over 30 years. They've been in the game almost as long as we've been. Natural Lawn and Tree Service, they don't look nearly as good as some of us though. 888 Get Green, that's 888 Get Green. Promo code RICO. Natural Way Lawn and Tree Service, Get Green, stay Natural Way.
Breaking up is hard to do. Just when you think you're ready to leave, you talk yourself back into staying. And when it comes to your wireless carrier, you know you should have left a while ago. You're over the big three carriers. You deserve better. Xfinity Mobile, the carrier rated #1 customer satisfaction. Now you can get unlimited with 5G included for just $30 a month when you get 4 lines. $30 for all the flexibility you can ask for. The nation's fastest, most reliable network. That's the kind of relationship you want to build, where there's give and take. We give you unlimited data for $30. You take it everywhere you go. So break free from the big three and switch to Xfinity Mobile to start saving. Take the savings challenge at XfinityMobile.com/mysavings or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Switch Squad makes it easy to switch to Xfinity Mobile and Internet together and save hundreds. Savings compared to top three carriers. Xfinity Internet required. Reduced speeds at 20 gigabytes per line. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary, not an endorsement.
Michigan PokerStars is dealing an idiot. You don't want to miss. Join the Michigan Spring Championship of online poker to win your share of $2 million in guaranteed cash payouts. Plus, you'll get $50 free play when you sign up or a deposit bonus up to $600. All safe and legal. Download the PokerStars app now or head to PokerStars.com and join the Michigan Spring Championship of online poker. Michigan for free play offer.
The Ticket. In Beaumont's Student Heart Check program provides a healthy heart check for students whose families might not otherwise be able to afford it. Go to 971theticket.com, search Student Heart Check, and help make a difference in our community.
There's a lot of streaming services out there, each filled with reality TV, comedy, drama, and of course, superheroes.
subject. Bo can be a great coach. Bo could be a great mentor. Bo can also be a guy with power to central. Okay? The bottom line is, number 3 invalidates to another. You gotta take stats from that. You gotta change that.
Different scenarios.
800 victims. Guys, if you want to grade these out, go ahead. I'm not doing it. They're all gross. And everyone pays a price. And the idea that you want to argue about taking down a statue.
Gymnastics. It's not they're not children. Grown adults. If they're a thick skull, should get their man card revoked for not standing up to them and saying anything doesn't make it right.
Victim shaming.
There's no grown men. Everybody was about homegrown guys and no one cares because they're yammering. It's just smart homerism.
Hey, do you want to go back to the tapes? The shows and episodes? Honestly, guys, John came on there and said he can't talk about this new bill. Hey, that's John's answer. John can't talk about it. Afraid of what? Have John break my jaw, take all his money. Afraid of what? What are we, 12? You think John's gonna hit me? I don't care if he does. I'll take his pension. John can't talk about it. He came on the air today and said as much. He sat here while Stoney talked. Ask John. What are we gonna ask John exactly? What do you want me to ask John? He works there. What is it that you people don't get? You call me a Sparty homer. Guys in this building have block M's on their paycheck. So what does it make them? That's the same argument as you people who want to sit here screaming, don't tell me what to put in my body, but you're the first person to tell what a woman's going to do with hers. You don't get to play that game. So fine, we're all homers. I mean, what do you want from me? You got the guy who works in the building. You got a guy who does your sidelines. You want to call me a homer? Do I have a Spartan logo on my checks? Have I ever made a single dime from MSU? No and no. All I got was a fat invoice that took me 15 years to pay. So, guys, you can do whatever you want. You're not answering the issue. This is what I mean about mental gymnastics. Simplify it.
Do you know for a fact that Bo knew?
I quit.
As far as we know, it's just hearsay, no proof yet.
Did you read the report? Clearly they did not read it. Did you read the report?
Bo's dead, so nobody can ask him.
It's kind of like the Ed Martin principle.
This is like the Olympics right here.
It's the Olympics of mental gymnastics. Versus take the statue down, take the building down, couple articles, and cover it honestly. And in their responses, we'll ask John. John literally came on the air this morning and said under legal counsel, I cannot talk about this. You guys are special. David, the ticket text, then we got a full rack. We'll get to the people.
Mike, you're totally right. Bo needs to be totally erased. Michigan won't do it, though, because they're a bunch of hypocrites.
That's amazing if they get away with not doing it. That's crazy.
This situation is going to be fascinating. The team is a mess, and now this. Bo is such a part of Michigan lore. It's all those old heads who worship him.
Right? I mean, look, your head coach's credibility doesn't come from the fact he played there. It doesn't come from the fact that he had success there. It comes from the fact that he's Bo's product, basically his adopted son. And that Jim has paid this fealty to Bo, dressing like him, idolizing him. That's his credibility. Think about a situation that the team doctor of your head coach was covered up and empowered over 40 years. And you're telling me that's not a story worthy of what? Taking the statue down, renaming the building. Simple.
21st. Statue should be down. Friday. It's the perfect Friday news though. Right. Could do it at 6. Right. 21st.
Statue down, rename the building. Because if you're telling me, well, we can't do that, just tell me why. Tell me why. 800 victims. God knows how many more there are who didn't come forward.
And let me just ask you this question, just for clarity for people.
Yeah.
This report was independent, correct?
Right.
Thank you.
David,
What?
like,
No, I'm just saying, I don't want people out there saying, well,
No, but
you know, this and that.
I get it. People, I've heard, since it came out yesterday, well, we don't know if Bo knew.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, guys, it's in the report. If you have enough people saying, yeah, I know, Bo is dead. But if enough people say, yeah, I told him, he knows, he knew. They called the guy Dr. Drop Your Pants around the program.
Like, that's it. The independent report's there. It's done. It's over. And you can't have Bo Schembechler be a representative of this program, from the grave or otherwise. And yet your response to it is, where I went to school. Like, you think this is fun for me? You think this is a win? You guys are insane. Like, seek help. This isn't a win. I like beating you on the field. I like seeing bad things happen to you in sports. If you think this is somehow a win for anybody, man, you don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no scorecard when it comes to this. Because then people, well, what about Penn State? What about Michigan State? What about Ohio State? What about? There's no scorecard. It's all bad.
It's
all
nightmare fuel.
horrific people. But unfortunately, you're not exempt. And yeah, Penn State, 10 days. So we'll see what happens on May 21st.
Maybe Wojo will have his first piece on the matter penned. 248-539-9797. We get to the people next. 97.1.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. The entire pro football schedule being released tonight. Odds for Week 1 are already out to open up the season. Tampa, 6-point favorite at home against Dallas. Other notable lines include Indy, 2.5-point favorite against Seattle. Buffalo, a 6.5-point favorite against Pittsburgh. KC, a 5.5-point favorite against Cleveland. And LA of the NFC, a touchdown favorite at home against Chicago. If you're looking for any kind of early value, how about Arizona as a 2.5-point road dog at Tennessee? Tennessee not going to be as good this year as it was last year, and Arizona is going to be better. Arizona plus 2.5 on the road at Tennessee. Looks like a decent play early in the process. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers keep you up to date with what's happening in the D. This week, find local campgrounds that are dog-friendly and fun for the whole family. For more stories like these, head over to ChevyDetroit.com.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are ready to get your weekend started with the Chevy Silverado. With the most functional bed of any pickup, Silverado is the perfect tool for all your jobs. Add in the available power up-down tailgate, and Chevy Silverado is up for any challenge as the most capable Silverado ever. Hurry into your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and lease a 2021 Silverado Custom Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for just $199 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. Leases for a 2021 Silverado Custom Crew Cab with 2.7-liter turbo for 24 months.